WROL broadcast. I am Hate Mail, and with me today we have Wasar.
Hey, Hate Mail. Hey, everyone.
And this is the In-N-Out with Wasar, which I have never been to an In-N-Out burger.
Oh, so you're a virgin now. It's your first time.
I've never had one, and I've always wanted one because I hear they're utterly fantastic, but I've never tried it. It's on my list. I actually was going to stop by one last time I was in Utah, going to see the Salt Flats and a bunch of stuff, and we never made it over there, so it will be something I will try to make a pilgrimage for, but on the east coast of the world, there is none that I know of.
Yeah, when I was in California, I had, and it was a good experience. Better than Shake Shack.
Did it live up to the hype?
It did.
That's what I hear, so. Well, let's get into it. Burger did not buy the new tunes this month. Actually, you know what's really crazy is Plastic Man's been the most requested character for like a year and a half. And I have only ever seen one L5 in the wild somewhere, which blows my mind. And I don't remember who it was, to be honest with you. It was somebody I can't think of. I think we might have somebody in our alliance. Maybe it was yours, but I've in Siege, I've never seen it.
I do. I actually brought him up to L5 yesterday. I am not part of the Owls, so it's not with. I'm not within your alliance. I'm actually from Bat Family Army, for those who may not know, and we actually are recruiting people for raids. Nice plug-in right here. We're a raid-focused alliance, and we're looking for people. So if anybody out there listening is interested, just reach out. We're top 50, unlike the Owls, who are world's finest almost every raid. But again, back to Plastic Man. I brought him up yesterday to L5, and because I knew we were recording today, I actually started using him and throwing him out in Siege, in Rave, and in Showdown. So people can...
Now, are you a comic lore person? Like, do you read comics a lot?
As more recently, not as much.
Okay. I was just curious if you knew Plastic Man's background, if you wanted to give people a quick and dirty, since Zubaz, I forgot to ask him to come on.
Oh.
A fail on my part.
I know a little backstory to it because I read about him when I knew that he was going to be coming out, which is that he got his powers by accident, and he was apparently not a good person. I forgot what he was before, but he got into an accident and something got poured on top of him, and so that's how he obtained his powers. But apart from that, no. Unfortunately, I live in a town that has a comic book store that my brother warned me about, in that they like to jack up the price on the day of lunch. And I didn't believe him until I went to purchase comic book the day that they were released, and the price was at least 50%, and some of them were like double the price of the cover price, which is not something I was accustomed to when I was younger and I used to buy comics. I used to actually get them at the discount on the day of lunch. So that turned me off, and I was like, okay, well, let me read them online.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's get into the character in the game. How would you just rank him? Like, what would you give him as a rating? What are your overall impressions of after using him?
So for the past almost 2 days that I have been using him, I would probably give him like a B in terms of tiers.
Okay.
Maybe B plus.
Yeah, the one person I knew that mentioned they had him, and I know a couple of them only took him to L1. They were not real pleased with him.
So the issue with him is that he is 50% everything. Almost all his abilities are 50%.
Ugh.
His basic, he has a 50% chance of doing it twice. He has a 50% of stunning you. Um, I think he also has like a 50% chance of turn meter down the enemy if he has a taunt. There's a 50% chance of him gaining a taunt. And if he has the taunt, he has a 50% chance of stunning the enemy that's attacking him. So it's almost like flipping a coin with every skill that he has. So that's the reason why I would say he's more like a B. I think if that 50% was 60 at the very least, um, he would be better.
Well,
He would be higher.
what I've heard most people say who's used him, the biggest problem they have with him is that he gains that taunt and has no protection, so he just dies.
Mine doesn't actually. Uh, I think he may have gained it a few times. Again, because it's 50%.
Hmm.
And he didn't die on me.
Hmm.
Obviously, like any other character, right? Or any other red, you need to be careful against the greens, right?
Yeah.
And so you bring people, other characters to protect Plastic Man, right? So I would bring like a Terra or a Star Girl, let's say. Um,
Yeah, I
so
mean, I know right
I
now with Atrocitus, Supergirl just melts everything. Not so it doesn't matter what reds or greens or
well,
even blues,
he
but
well, he's great when I use Atrocitus, Stargirl, Brainiac, and Plastic Man.
yeah, I could see that. He's got a high chance of stun, and
Well, if he even gets a turn, right?
yeah,
Uh, because Supergirl does everything.
yeah,
But I don't think he's trash. I don't think he's C. I think he's probably like around B. I think if his percentages were higher, it would be better. What I did notice, um, was that he has a medium overheal. But it if it when he gets the overheal, it's just like a basic overheal. It's like a regular. So it's almost like Ravens. That's how much he gets. It's not really medium. So I actually um, mentioned this to M4, and he said it could possibly either be because his intelligence is not as high, um, or it could be bug not giving the correct overheal. His intelligence is like 2600. No, not intelligence. I'm sorry. Um,
yeah. I was gonna say his intelligence is like 1600, 1700, so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not
It's not
high.
his intelligence. What is it? His stamina.
Yeah, he's got 31,000 hit points and pretty high stamina. But speaking of M4, he's always a party crasher these days.
Huh. So I think that's the reason, also compared to Raven, who is higher.
Yeah.
So,
So for legendary order, what would you think for him?
so actually, let me go back because I think I sent it to you, but I don't know it right off the top of my head. I actually have to go back to his skills.
Yeah, I don't remember you sending it to me.
Yeah. So I went with his basic as first.
Okay.
So if I give, let me just give you the number 15342. Um, so
And though, for those of you listening, the first one is the legendary 50% chance to attack again on the same target, which I could definitely see that because he's got a 50% chance to apply a 2-turn stun, which if I was still like a stun maniac, um, I would definitely be excited about that, but I'm kind of burnt out on the stuns. His 5 is legendary
So,
is
Hate Mail, what kind of maniac are you now if you're not a stun
I
maniac?
don't know. I don't know what I am. I'm a Marvel Snap maniac right now, so it's hard to get excited. But he's a red which stuns, which is rare other than Connor. You don't get a whole lot of really good ones. but he's still that 50% chance with me. It's never going to happen. So, but anyway, his 5th is legendary, 50% chance to stun the attacking enemy. So that's pretty good. He's kind of like a cross between Black Lightning and somebody else, but he's got that stun chance, which is pretty high. On defense, I could see it being pretty useful. So then you said his 3 was next, which is his
The medium
overheal. So what would you say? L2 is kind of his sweet spot, I would guess, just based on looking at it. Because the rest of them kind of seem like they're nice, but you don't really need them.
Yes, I would say, at least.
His 4th legendary, which we had next, was also 50% chance to reset all of Plastic Man's cooldowns. And then his 2 is, if one enemy is stunned, Plastic Man gains 2 permanent stamina ups. That didn't seem too bad either.
No, like the 2 and the 4 can be switched, I guess. Up to which one you prefer.
Gotcha.
And in terms of the 50%, while testing him and I'm using him, it is like 50%. It's not like, sometimes we get characters and we're like, they're hitting below or above. No, he's actually like 50%.
Gotcha. Is there any characters that you think he's particularly good with?
It was hard to test them out because of the Atrocitus.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I think Atrocitus is gonna make everything a little challenging right now.
What I did try once in Rave, because I was so in Rave. I've been avoiding Enchantress lead teams because I've been with Atrocitus. I've been doing auto.
Yeah.
I did face an Enchantress team, and he was able to remove her DI, then the team DI. However, I faced Enchantress with Terra, and I forgot who else. And when he did his 2, which only purchased 5 buffs of each enemy, it didn't remove the DI. So at first I was so happy because I thought, there goes Enchantress, right? But if Enchantress is coming with Terra and maybe other tunes that gets buffs,
it's too many. Gotcha. All right, let's move on to Grail, which M4, you probably got her higher too. Just curious what you guys think about her just as a character overall. She seems okay. I'm using her ML2. It's really hard to tell with all the Atrocitus teams, but she doesn't seem particularly great. She's not bad. She just seems like another B character.
Wait. Who am I talking to? Did you just say L2?
Yeah.
Are you hate mail, or did you just grab his account?
I'm temporarily peasant male.
I am so not used to this. Okay.
I've been not buying. I don't know. I haven't been that into the game for a while. Anyway, then Marvel Snap came out, and I got real into that. Which the good thing about that game is that it does not encourage you to spend, which is fantastic. And I don't know. It just seems like the DCL devs have been lazier than ever. And I was real disappointed in the events, and I don't know.
Well, we're gonna see the Starro event tonight, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't have high hopes for it, to be honest with you.
But right, back to Grail. So we don't want to be a Debbie Downer here.
Yeah.
Hate mail on your own podcast. I think she's like a bargain Black Adam. Is that how I see her? She's gonna be great with let's say Darkseid or anyone with the Colossus, because she gains like, insane amount of ups, and then also gains turn meter. So Darkseid would be a good partner. It's the one that's jumping out at me, but she might be amazing this raid. So
I bet she's good with what's her name, Q.
Yeah, she's gonna be, but then again, she's gonna compete with already back blue damage dealer, right?
Yeah.
It's not like we have a lot of those, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know, Black Adam, Spectre, Etrigan. Yeah, I'm sure we need another one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely need them to do something completely different. And she doesn't really do that. She just gets lots of turn meter and does a lot of damage, which is good. She's a good character overall,
Well,
I think.
yeah, someone dies and gain int up and turn meter. Where that fire? That sounds so unique, right?
Yeah, they'd love to put that on Blues for some reason.
How high do you have her, M4?
Let's see. Did I finish her at L5? No, I'm waiting for the end of the event to take her to L5.
0-4 right
Oh
now.
no! Yeah, wait, I screwed up. She's no longer sold today. It's shift to side. Well, I guess I have to stay with the at L4. I was supposed to buy an extra one to get her to L5 on Sunday, but it's okay. I barely use her in Siege anyway, so it's not a
Yeah,
big deal.
I don't think I've used her at all, but she never even gets a turn when you use her. So
Well, because you use Supergirl.
yeah, I'm I'm lazy doing lazy 3 bonus and Supergirl.
Well, that's why you're nowhere near the top. So look at this
It's crazy. I
Geoteric
haven't
person.
lost a match. I lost like one character one time, but because I'm not running full bonus, I'm not even barely in the top 20.
Well, you should take a cue from this Geoteric person. I've never seen this person not use full bonus, so
Oh, that person's hacking all the way. They're like they don't even have the characters geared. It's more blatant than anybody who's ever been at the top.
well, it's not as blatant as those Bruno clones, but twins,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it's one of the most
close.
blatant we've ever seen. And then they have in their same alliance in the top 60, there's a guy running with 8K teams. So yeah, Hacker Alliance. We've reported it a couple times, so hopefully they get removed. We'll see though. It's
I'll wait till the end. That'll be fun, right? Let
yeah,
them buy.
yeah, that's fine as long as they remove him at the end. But if they don't remove him, I'm going to be extremely disappointed because I get some of the other ones. They have the rosters, even though it's pretty obvious. But this one is like as blatant gets.
Wasar is like right up there. So if there's someone who would want them,
What do you think of Grail, Wasser?
So let me give you a story. The first tune I actually bought a lot of was Dark Side when he came out. Because, and this is before I even knew of the Reddit. The reason I bought Dark Side was because, hey, he's Dark Side. I'm sure he's going to be super powerful. Let me just spend as much as I can to get him up. And I think I got him like RB1 at that time when his sale came out. When Grail came out, I didn't know who she was. I read the post in Reddit with her skills, and I said, okay, I'm gonna bring her up as soon as she comes out. I have her now at RB2. And because of her, it's that I ended up getting Plastic Man to L4 because I was buying packs. And then, her packs are like 8K for 100 fragments.
Yeah.
And I think I was short like 40 or 60. And I was like, I'm not going to spend 8K for 40 or 60. I just spend the money deal to get it. And on top of that, I get bonus on getting Plastic Man, right? Other reasons why Plastic Man came up was because I also was trying to get Cyborg and Atrocitus up. But anyway, I said to myself, let me just get Grail, because I think she would be great with Darkseid, based on what I'm just reading. And so every day I was just buying to get her up to L1 was the initial purchase, then L2, L3, and I have been using her in Siege. I think she's very good because I've been focusing on trying to stay at top at Siege and Rave with Atrocitus, you cannot do anything. I haven't used her with Darkside yet, so I don't know how she works with him. But I'm happy with her. She also gave me a few scares where she would almost die against Huntress in the bot teams, and later on against Atrocities, and that was part of the reason why I also brought her up higher, just so she wouldn't die on me. She hasn't died yet in Siege. I've only lost one toon, and that was Wally. But in Siege, whenever I bring her, she has been useful, and she has been killing and helping me win.
Yeah, I'm really
So-
surprised Wally's not really seen barely any play in Siege. But
Oh, I use Wally a lot in Siege.
I haven't used him at all. So what do we think for Legendary Order? I'm guessing her basic would be first. So what do you guys think?
Well, I wouldn't know because I went to L5 right away, and they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You know what, Wasar? Hate Mail doesn't know either. He just guesses because he
Yeah.
just takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before this month, when he became a peasant.
Yeah, that's what I
We do
normally
our
do.
best
But
guess.
I try to come up with an order for the people who don't whale out.
I think that makes sense. The basic is really her bread and butter.
I really
But
think
that's
that's all
really
you really
cool.
need.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of gravy. Like L1.
Yeah, and many people have said that her order should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I actually am looking at it, and I actually think that is the order I would probably go.
I actually would say 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, just to be a Richard out there, because like the doom doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
It will rarely happen. Even if it happens, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But maybe no. After Siege, do 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. But during Siege, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't have to deal with that stupid mark of dominance. Where when you kill someone in the team, she will buff and interrupt your Supergirl. Or whoever is left in that assist train for Atrocitus.
Yeah.
So that's why I took that. It's for defensive purposes, but otherwise, after the siege, it doesn't matter. But it's still 1, 2, 3, 5, 4.
So let's talk about another character that's seen a lot of Siege play and is a rework, and that's Cyborg, who turned out really good. I mean, if it wasn't for Atrocitus being just so absurd, I think he would have been like the tune of the month. But because
I disagree, but continue.
I don't know, I mean he destroys things, but he
It
just
does, but it's disappointing.
Why is it disappointing?
It's basic.
Oh, the turn 3 strengths in the one.
Yep. So it's the net negative, and then the permanent ones get eaten.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have ever taken it.
I know, same. If we did it, like let's say for raids and you didn't take it, and then you have like let's say Dark Side with I don't know, Policies, let's say Polita, like, or Q,
Yeah.
he would have like 12 strength up. Right now, they'll all get eaten. They'll just end up with 4. So
Yeah.
that's why it's disappointing.
So we would say just leave one off. I'm guessing his 5 is first. What would you guys say?
Let's see. I would say 5 is the most important.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get those strength ups and crit chance ups, and then he's just off to the races.
And then I like his 4 personally because I like him having True Sight right out of the gate.
But look at his 3 though. The gain 3, the 5 crit chance.
Oh yeah. You're right. You need to take his 3 first. Then,
How about this? You take 3 and 5, and then each depends on which one.
Yeah.
Just use him at L2.
Yeah.
No, I would still take 5 first. I would still take 5
Yeah, 5
because
then
you
3,
would gain those 5 then 3. Because even without this crit chance up, you get the 3 strength ups, right? Because otherwise you would have to waste a turn having to use that if you don't have his 5.
Yeah.
So
And
5,
I would say 5,
4,
3, 4, 2, don't take 1.
yes. Yes.
Yeah, if matches were super, super long, it would make sense, but with how short matches are in this game, there's no reason.
You just want to, you just want to keep those strength ups. I was thinking raids, but then, because in raid it doesn't make sense, but in raids it does. But then again, those permanent strength ups get eaten by the legendary. So that I don't know if it's a bug or it's just poor design, but either way,
Yeah.
it's bad. It's bad for him in any game mode.
And I think I already did do Atrocitus'. Let me see. Yeah, I did his 2022 rework. Legendary order I have, but he is so crazy. Kind of, it's funny because I was listening to, I finally got around to listening to Atlantis After Dark, and they were worried about him, kind of making Siege super hard. And it's funny because it's exact opposite. He's not that, he's strong. He's not that great on defense, but if you run, basically you need to mirror. So if you mirror the team, it's usually pretty easy unless you just get unlucky with Spectre. Spectre sometimes ruins the day. But other than that, with Wraith, it's faster to run auto with
Yes, than lose 27.
Yeah, than to lose 27 times. So I'm done. I literally can do when 7 o'clock hits, and I'm on the East Coast, so it's 7 o'clock's the rollover now. As soon as 7 o'clock hit, by 7:25, I've done all of my missions and everything.
Oh, nice.
I can blast through it. And that's
that's what I've been doing as well. Like, as soon as reset hit, just do the daily mission, get it over with.
Yeah.
Like, I do the 27 before I even get to the legendary mission.
I don't, just because I'll run all my Siege real quick, and then that counts towards like 7 of them, so I can do it faster. But it's still, it's ridiculous how fast it is. I had for him, for Legendary Order, so I had his 5 and then his 3. His 5 is Berserker, Legendary at the beginning of battle. You get the 20% turn meter up, and Rage, Strength ups, Shields.
Yeah,
I know
all the good stuff.
Some people would say, "Oh, don't take that because you may not run him as leader." If you're not running him as leader, you don't really want to run him. Like, there's no point.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's not terrible as off lead. Like, he's a B character, but he's not. You run him to be the leader. And then his 3 is the legendary all-enraged team max attack random enemies.
Yep, so we want to take that.
So those 2 are the mandatory. The rest is strong and good, but L2 is his sweet. Like, you need L2. Like, that's where he becomes a powerhouse. Then I took his 2 next, the legendary call assist from each enraged teammate, because that tends to be pretty good. Then I think, what did I go with next? And then I went with his basic legendary plus 15% damage per enrage on all combatants. And then I did his 4 last, which all of them are good. That gives him a higher chance to revive. So when he's on defense, he's a little more annoying, but you guys agree or disagree with any of that?
No,
I agree with the order.
I do worry that if they don't come up with a hard counter in the next couple months, which I was thinking about taking him L5. I took him L1, or RB5, excuse me, because it helps him get rid of Spectre. But I worry that like next month or the month after that we're going to have a hard counter, and then he's just going to be kind of worthless. So we'll see.
Yeah, I have an RB1 ready for RB2, but for the same reason, and because that's what happened with Trigon.
Yeah, it's funny because Trigon came in the meta. We thought he was going to be the new meta, and he's already out of the meta.
Yeah.
Having a counter doesn't make it useless, right?
No.
So look at Black Flash. Like, Black Flash has the counter, like exact direct counter, right? But if you don't face the counter, he's still gonna be like destroying almost every team out there. So the same would happen with this. You just pick your enemy that doesn't have that whatever counter they came up with, and then you're still gonna be fine. But it's just
Yeah.
gonna be rock paper scissors, so it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about it. I just not sure if I want to take him RB5 for that reason. But I already took him RB1, and I don't like to leave characters non-RB5. So, but if I'm going to be peasant male, it might.
Oh, you want him at least RB3. The reason being is that you want to use him with Supergirl, right?
Yeah.
And the higher rebirth you have him, the better you are at having a chance at finishing off the strong blues.
Yeah. Sure.
So, because sometimes the RB5 Spectres survive Supergirl, then you're in trouble. But the stronger your Atrocitus is, the lower the health the Spectres are. It's easier for Supergirl to mop up.
Yeah, you make a good point.
I face an RB5 Dark Side, and I have RB1 Atrocitus, and he took a little bit of health out, but my RB3 Supergirl couldn't finish Dark Side.
Oh, was that in Siege or no?
In Siege, yes, I won.
Ooh,
But,
your butt must be clenched.
oh yeah, I gave it a lot of thought. It was the last match on the board. It was such a dickish team. Sorry for the language, hate mail. But it was RB5 Atrocities, RB5 Darkseid, L5 Cersei, and RB5 Supergirl.
Oh, I'm gonna guess who it is. You said it's a dick, right? It's probably the boy.
Correct.
Well, I do have RB5 B12, RB5 Supergirl, RB5 Spectre, and RB1 Atrocitus now. So.
But you're like top 100, right?
No, I'm in the top 20.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to stay away from the top 20 then.
Well, I haven't been running that team.
Yeah.
I've been running just Supergirl and 3 bonus. So. I did accidentally use it once the other day when I thought I was in Wraith and hit auto. But.
Hate mail, did you notice the owner of the Burger Shack just decided to, stop by?
Mr. Burger, what's up, buddy?
What's up? I just saw you guys recording, so I figured I'd drop in and check it out.
We were just wrapping up. We were doing the in and out with Wasar.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Wasar? How are you?
What's up, Burger?
Wasar!
Doing good. I'm actually enjoying taking a siege vacation this month.
Yeah.
It's nice, especially with all of you guys running Atrocitus, Supergirl, B12, and everything else up top.
Well, no one's done B12 yet.
I've seen a couple on there.
Yeah, I have like 3 of those on my current board.
Yeah,
Well, because you're lower in the rankings. If you were in top 10, you'd see 1 or 2. So hopefully no more than that, because otherwise we'll all be forced to use 16s, and then the number 1 player is going to just run away with it because there's no way we can catch up. And then if Big Mail fails at his job, then we're going to have a new world's finest.
Yep.
So are we not talking about Snap right now?
No.
We brought it up a few
shit.
times, but
Why am I on here then?
Oh, I'm here because our anchor takes a while to release it. So if I don't drop in, listen in, then I would have to wait for days before this
it might
episode
actually
comes
get out
out.
pretty quick. I may get it out in the next day or two. So, but
I will believe it when I see it.
what rank are you now in Snap, Burger? Not the collection, but the PvP rank.
I think I'm like 35, 36 maybe.
We're at the same spot. I'm just about gold myself. I'm like 38, I want to say.
Yeah, I've been gold. I think I've been up to like 43, but then I'll go on these like horrendous like losing streaks of like 4 or 5 in a row, and I snap once I get in.
Oh,
Like it's always before I even play card, I'm snapping, and I think
I was
that's where
doing that, and I had to stop. I had to learn to stop.
I think that's where I'm messing up, because I'll like free fall like 5 or 6 ranks and then have to like climb back
It
up.
takes a long time to climb, so. Long time.
Yep. But I have some fun cards. I got Magneto today.
Oh, nice.
So he's pretty cool. He moves all three and four cards to one spot.
All right. Well, we won't bore you DCL people with Snap.
Oh, we're still recording.
Yeah.
You might want to.
That's all right. We'll just leave it. Who cares? But anyway, we do have a Snapcast that we're decided to do weekly. So and it will be on its own channel. So if you are interested in Marvel Snap, we are going to be doing probably weekly episodes on that because that game is freaking fun. And there's so much you can talk about on it. Like, I was worried before that we were going to have not much, but I don't think you can run out of things to talk about on that. So anyway, with that, thanks for coming on, Wasar. We appreciate you giving your Plastic Man advice. And until next time, signing off.
Hi, this is Renee Sylvia 88, DC Legends moderator. Thank you for listening to this episode of WROL Broadcast. If you like the show, please check out patreon.com/WROL Broadcast and find out how to get cool perks. And for those of you who didn't know, Tootytron is a freaking princess.